Welcome to our news channel. Please subscribe to the channel. Thank you.
I do understand that events of the past few weeks, particularly arising from our last NWC meeting that was held on the 14th of January, since then, even if we pretend about it, the truth is we've had challenges within our system. But as one who has worked for a voluntary mass organization all my life, those things are not strange to me. What would be strange is to have a governing party as large as our party, coming from the background that we all come from, different backgrounds, different aspirations, etc. But we are bonded together by a shared vision of building a party that is based on the principle of social democracy, pro-people, pro-poor, one that is committed to ensuring that the instrument of state is used to deliver the greatest good to the greatest number. And that is why, consciously, our party chose to be called All Progressive. So this party belongs to all progressive elements in Nigerian society who wishes to join our party. And it is traditional, if you review international literature, parties that are more to the left means parties that are more concerned with social issues, pro-people, they tend to have more contestations than the conservative parties, where their principle is based on survival of the fittest. One bind those together in this party is a lot more than the sum total of all the challenges that anybody can speak to. And of course, you and I know that when I watch TV, and I'm sure as you do too, and you read commentaries, you even find people who are not members of our party pronouncing with finality on issues of our party. Let me just give an example. I think between the last NWC meeting and now, there was a judgment in Kogi State where PDP candidates were nullified. The court said PDP did not conduct a proper primaries. I don't remember seeing anything on one of those popular channels discussing crisis in PDP. Their primaries have been nullified because the primary was fraught with corrupt practices and so on. It was never discussed. They accepted their judgment as if nothing has happened. If it was in our party, our opponents with PDP, we instigate stories. APC could not participate in the election in social state. So we do not lay claim to a family that has members who will be so docile that they can't argue amongst themselves, or even sometimes seemingly want to fight. But that is the hallmark of democracy. It can only be unusual when we fight each other, we quarrel with one another, we develop that level of animosity that we become incapable of sitting down, putting on our thinking cap, reminding ourselves that what binds us together is much more than whatever divides us. So I think that God is never wrong. He has allowed what has happened to happen so that we all can learn, everybody to examine his conscience, and strengthen those bonds of friendship, bonds of collegiality, and work as a family. I'm very honored to be able to preside here as chairman of this party. And I believe that every one of my colleagues of the NWC is honored. Out of millions of our members, the last time we did registration, we have up to 60 million members. So if out of those 16 million members, we have 21 of us elected to represent and function as the governing board or as the management of that great party, obviously it's a great honor. And for all of you with whom we have worked this past since, I believe, June 24, 2018, you will agree that if there is any job you truly call selfless job, this is it. There are days, I recall, we worked 3 days without break. I have photographs of some of my colleagues. They will sleep, we take their picture, they wake up, I will show them. Because we are determined to meet and beat deadline for the good of our party. We have shared moments of pain, moments of challenges, but God has seen us through those. And as I reflect, I see that no matter what anybody wants to say, God has been merciful, God has been faithful. And our party has triumphed even against all predictions in terms of the presidential election, National Assembly election, and all the other things that have happened. I remain proud that under the leadership of this NWC, we sat here to decide who we are going to market as president of the Senate. And to our collective credit, I believe we achieved that. We sat here and worked out zoning formulas in the two chambers of the National Assembly, speaker to everybody. With all the initial anxieties, thanks to our collective spirit, we achieved something that was not achievable since 2015. So if we have passed those tests, those tempting moments, those temptations, I think God intended us not just to survive for election purpose. He wants us to run our party in a way that others will be envious of what we have accomplished. And I believe that not a few are envious of what we have accomplished. How easy is it to have been able to work and democratically vote out a ruling party, and we have taken over? How easy was it for us to achieve Kwara State in total, to recover Gombe State? I can go on and on and on. With all the challenges, we have recovered Imo State. Even as we speak, there are cases in court. I pray that they are resolved in our favor. So I think that while our opponent want to amplify the questions that we didn't answer correctly, we must also remind people of the ones we answered 100%. So today, we have come here to remind our members nationwide that this NWC is not divided. It is true, we had arguments. It is true, at some point, the temper may have been high. It is true, some people may have been provoked to try to approach the courts. But it is also true that deep in our heart, no one of us wants to destroy our party. Not any of us who spend 3 hours non-stop. And even those who are not here, that we call midnight at 2 a.m. Tomorrow we are sending you to Soso State. Please don't say no. And they all obliged. Many people have made sacrifices. Let me also say, I'm the first to admit that I am not the best chairman in the world, and I will never be. But no one can fault my sincerity or purpose. My style can only be my style. But I recognize that I must reconcile my style to the styles of others so that we meet middle of the road. So, and it is the hallmark of democracy, the capacity to transform our divergent views and even, you might say, conflicting orientations sometimes, but no conflicting interests, mission, and vision. So I want to thank all my colleagues who are here, and even those who are not here. And I want to appreciate our president with all the challenges he faced, that he has time to listen to those who approach him with a view to ensuring that our party remains on course. And I want to appreciate our governors elected on the platform of our party, who, regardless of whatever anybody feels, I have absolute respect for each and every one of them, and I have personal relationship with each and every one of them. But I also recognize that the fact of having personal relationship is not enough not to have differences and even suspicion. The weapon against suspicion is more dialogue, and more dialogue. Yes, sir. People probably need to be reassured that I am not capable of being biased by the very background that I come from. And I recognize that one tree can never make a forest. I ever thought that tree might think of itself. So I am a believer in conversation. I am a believer in contestation. I am also a believer in conflict resolution. And I believe God will give us the will. He will preside over our meeting today as he has presided over the affairs of our party over the years. Yes, yes. And those who are thinking we are coming here to box, I wear no boxing gloves. I wore this cream because it's the whitest I could get from my wardrobe. I wanted to wear complete white to send a message of peace. And even Mustafa decided to wear red to remind us that we come from the same tradition of militant, socialist, democratic principle. So I think everybody has come with a good heart. And I ask God, strengthen this heart to see us through this moment. We are going to bounce back stronger. I hope Victor on purpose. Because, you know, we from the South, we have our own South tradition. But let me reassure him that the friendship that we have built this past a year and 9 months, the food we have shared together, those jokes, those visiting of people's homes, and I know the other matter that you are on your own. I am a Catholic, and I am guided by the doctrine of my faith. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me also appreciate the judiciary and the comment made yesterday by the presiding judge at the Court of Appeal. And I'm sure none of us here will disagree with him. He said, and I hope I can quote him, he will expect political parties to develop internal mechanism for resolving their differences without coming to approach us in court. Now, if a judge says that to us and we refuse to listen, are we not our own enemies? I believe we have all listened, and we will prove the forces of division outside the APC wrong. Every one of us here has made enemies, not on account of our personal interest, in the cause of defending our party. We have attacked people in opposition party, not because we have personal differences, in defense of the corporate interests of APC. If I have any energy left, I want to expend it defending this party and attacking those this party should attack, not to destroy them, but to defeat them in every election. And I believe in moments like this, when the elections are over, we as NWC look at our constitution. It says that we shall interrogate those elected on the platform of our party. We shall meet with them. We shall invite them to share with us what they are doing in their states and at the federal level. As we meet here now, any one of us, and I believe we all do have those feelings, will appreciate that we are facing huge challenges. We have a budget that was crafted on the basis of certain assumptions. The foundation for those assumptions has now been shaken, such that our projected revenue from the oil sector has dropped by almost 50%. That has huge challenges for a party that is committed to fighting poverty. But the expectations of Nigerians has not diminished because our revenue has diminished. Our responsibility as a party now is to engage with government. What do we do differently in the light of this reality so that our party and government elected on our platform delivers our promises to Nigerian people? I watched a television this morning. I saw two things. First, those who are anxious, he said WC going to meet. How will they meet? Oshiomhole in charge, is he not in charge? But before that story, there was also a story that they discovered one more coronavirus in Lagos from someone who arrived in Nigeria on the 13th of January. Oh, sorry, 13th of March. As a party, are we not entitled? This is not a matter for experts alone. It's a matter for our party. If other countries are closing their borders, if America says Europe, stay in Europe, Canadians close their borders with America, others are doing that. Can we not have a conversation as party leadership, entrusted with the management, to say to our government, are we going to be the only country that open borders to country where this virus is rampant? Must we allow those airlines to continue to come in? I think these are the kind of things we should spend more time doing. The Nigeria project. not who become chairman. If I'm a chairman that I can't walk the street of Nigeria with pride because my party hasn't done what they expected, I cannot be a happy chairman. And I don't think any of you will be a happy member. So I ask us, in addition to putting whatever has happened behind us, to find the time to have objective conversation on how we can generate ideas to support our government and engage the Ministry of Health as to why our borders, air border, that is, why British Airways should continue to fly to Nigeria or any airline from Europe, where Europe itself is regulating flights between and within their countries. I want to spend time on something that concerns Nigerian people. I didn't come to just be a chairman because I wasn't really unemployed. And none of you, from what I know, was unemployed. What brought us here is the fact that we have a party that we have formed, not to create positions for chairman or deputy chairman or secretary or acting secretary, but so that we can deliver for Nigerian people. Nobody in government will tell us that they are more concerned than us who are not in government. And our culture says engage them, interrogate them, interface with them, and share ideas with them. I think we should use this today's CWC, even if it's 1 hour. Spend quality time deliberating on these issues and come out with something that we can push to government at the federal level, push to government at the state level. Let it not be said that we were formed just for election purpose. When I hear commentaries about how we go to survive 2023 as a party, I think what is more productive is, are we going to be able to deliver on the promises we made before 2023 on security, on economy, on anti-corruption? This is what should engage us, and I believe we will do just that. So I want to thank all my colleagues of the NWC. I want to thank the media men and women. Although I've told you the media, you are all men, however it is called. I appreciate you. You have been with us. And I appreciate those who have come today who are not usually regular here. But please, assure the Nigerian people, we are all humbled with the privilege we've been given to serve this party. We don't promise we will not make mistakes, but we'll be humble enough to own up to those mistakes, make amends so that our party will grow from strength to strength.